What's up, guys? What a beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and we are alive today. So today I wanted to tell you about how to learn better and how to retain information better. I will systemize the process of learning for you, as I will give you 3 different levels of learning that are very useful when you're working with information. We're living in the information age, and today, although time is money, information is also money, in the sense that whoever has the information has the means to provide not only for himself or their family, but also to society. So I wanted to share this information with you today. So these 3 levels of learning you can apply in any area of your life. You can apply to any discipline. Okay, I will talk about today in regards to training like CrossFit and Jiu-Jitsu. The 3 levels are knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. Number 1 is knowledge. Knowledge I would define as the acquiring of new information that you didn't know before. For example, when you start studying a new discipline, you're first learning the language, you're learning the terms. When you meet somebody, the first thing that you do when you meet somebody is to tell them your name, and in response they tell you their name. So now you know them. It's kind of like acquaintances, okay? You know them, you know certain things about them, you know how they look, you know how they talk, you know some things about them, about this person, but you're not necessarily friends, but you know them, you know about them. Same thing as if you're reading a book. Let's say you have no idea what the book is about, but you start reading and you learn about names, then you read about certain stories and certain characters, and you not quite understand what the book is all about, but you can go through the whole book and gain knowledge about what's in the book. Okay, in terms of training, let's say you come to try a CrossFit class or a exercise class, and the coach or the trainer starts giving you the name of those exercises, and you're like, what is this? I don't know anything about it. So you start to getting familiar with the terms, like snatch or hang clean or deadlift or sit-ups. If you train jiu-jitsu and you go for a beginner's class, let's say, and you start hearing things like de la riva, side body, mount, bow and arrow choke, get the arm bar, you'll be like, what's going on here? So first you got to know the language. You have to know what it is. You have to know certain things. Let's say a technique. You know a technique. That leads to the second level, or another level of learning, which is understanding. And you gotta understand, these levels are not one above the other, okay? They're kind of adding to each other, or you can do one level and then come to the other one, not necessarily in a specific order. So what understanding is exactly what it is. Understand why things are as they are. For example, when you meet this new person and you start knowing him better, and now you understand why they behave in a certain way, why you relate to them. Let's say you gain knowledge about them, that they're father or that they're somebody's wife, and then you understand why they behave in a certain way. Likewise, if you're reading a certain book and you read the story but you don't quite understand why it is. For example, there are very weird stories in the Bible and you don't quite understand why it is. but then you gain more knowledge, and over time something happens in the brain, and it unlocks that level of learning. So you start understanding why these things are as they are. They're, questions that you know the language, you have the knowledge, but you don't quite understand why certain things are, let's say in this world, why certain things are as they are. Likewise in jiu-jitsu or CrossFit, you know the technique, you know every single part of the technique, but you do not understand when to use it. You don't know how it works. You don't know, you don't understand. I mean, you know, but you don't understand why sometimes you can apply this technique, and that's gonna lead to the next part, and why sometimes you can't. Okay, and the last part, the third level, is wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to apply that knowledge. Okay, so wisdom is when you practically do something that you know in theory. I'll give you an example. Let's say you know a certain principle that you've read in a book, like a quote, or let's say a biblical principle. I'm talking about the Bible, and you know it. You know the theory. You know it by heart. You can quote it, whatever, but it doesn't. But you don't apply it to your life. So it takes wisdom to understand the situation that you're in. First, you got to get the understanding, and then you can apply that principle. You can apply what you know, which is exactly wisdom. So you might know a lot of techniques in jiu-jitsu or CrossFit. You might know how to lift the bar, and you understand why you need to do this or that, but you cannot apply it. That's wisdom, my friends. So this is another level of the learning process. Okay, I believe that if you want to be good at learning, if you want to learn things better and to retain the information, you need to have that application. You need to have the wisdom to be able to apply it in your life. Okay, I'll give you an example with boxing. When somebody's punching your face, okay, it's hard to think about what Mike Tyson said. Everybody has a plan until they got hit in the face. So you might have the knowledge and understanding about certain technique, but when somebody is punching you in your face, you need the wisdom to be able to apply this knowledge in a high stressful situation. Okay, you need a wisdom how to react in a situation where somebody's life is in danger, let's say. And what I notice a lot is that in terms of especially in terms of exercise and nutrition, there's a lot of people that come and talk to me about diet and what they should eat and what they should not eat, or even if I give them some suggestions, and they always say, oh, I know I should do this, I know I shouldn't do this. But this is where you can see that knowledge itself does not mean success. Knowledge itself does not mean anything. Okay, there are a lot of people that know a lot, they have a lot of degrees or diplomas, but they're not using them. I know a lot of people that have graduated from university and they have to drive Uber. There's nothing wrong with Uber, but just because you have a diploma, it doesn't mean that you're wise. Okay, you might have enough knowledge to get the diploma, but if you cannot use it, you haven't learned the other levels of learning, which are wisdom and understanding. And there are a lot of other areas and a lot of other examples I can give you, but the idea is this: knowledge, it gives you the basic information, it gives you the volume, the base, it gives you the foundation. Okay, it's not necessarily higher or lower than the other two levels, but understanding getting it into your mind, getting it into your heart, getting it into your who you are. This is what understanding is. And the third one, wisdom, the ability to apply in certain situation, the ability to recognize what type of knowledge you can use so that it can help you in that certain situation, or so that you can help other people in society or in your family or anyway. Anyway, wisdom, application of knowledge and understanding. God bless you guys. I hope this helps. Subscribe to my channel and give me your comments on that. I appreciate it.